What do you do, Twin Beans family? What do you do? Today, we are going to be getting into ethical hoopers versus non ethical hoopers. And first, I just want to start out with this. Before you guys start raging in the comments, if I say your favorite player is an ethical hooper or a non ethical, well, I don't know why you'd be mad if I said it. Before you say any of that nonsense, just know that we'll be getting into my personal opinion on this whole non ethical hooper discourse. And let's just say this, I'm not a fan of it. I mean, you could guess why my favorite team is the Oklahoma City Thunder, but no, I'm not going to be biased today. I promise, guys. So just stay tuned for the entire video. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment down below. If I see some support, I see people liking, commenting, enjoying the discourse. Um, I will start editing a little more. I'll start putting a little more effort. But guys, just know this, that I am a full-time university student as well as a full-time worker. So my time is kind of cut dry. I also got kids. You feel me? You see one in the back. So yeah, let's get straight into this video. But before we get started on any of, you know what I'm saying, claiming anybody's a non-ethical hooper or an ethical hooper or any of that shit, I think I want to get into the nitty-gritty of the issue. So first, let's look up what people genuinely think ethical hoopers are, and I guess the differences between ethical hoopers and non-ethical hoopers. So I guess when you think of ethical hoopers, people usually point to people who play basketball the right way, right? Not with any racial connotation or whatever, but like just playing basketball without, I guess, extending or utilizing rules, bending rules, kind of like James Harden, but dominating through clean footwork, a tough mid-range shots, and natural shooting motions, prioritizing team basketball, ball movement, and making authentic plays over seeking contact. Players like Peyton Pritchard and Stephen Curry are often praised for their organic scoring abilities without having to get to the free throw line, right? And then when looking into the unethical hooper side or the whistle merchants, it's basically like intentionally jumping into defenders, throwing one's head back on minimal contact, or exaggerating falls to get a referee to blow the whistle. The philosophy in this is basically exploiting the rule book loopholes to manipulate. I just can't read today. Exploiting the rule book loopholes to manipulate. Bro, that's the second time I fucked up. Manipulate the free throw line and artificially boost scoring averages. It's heavily criticized by some fans. This is often associated with guards who masterfully sell calls to get to the line and frequently sparking debate across platforms. I want to start on the ethical hoop. And some ethical hoopers that people generally point to are people like Stephen Curry, like Kyrie Irving, like Jamal Murray, and Kawhi Leonard. Stephen Curry is known for his shooting wizardry. He boasts an incredibly low free throw rate compared to his scoring volume, famously making more three pointers than his free throws, or making more three pointers than free throws in his career. Irving is celebrated for having elite handles, and he scores heavily in the paint through pure creativity and acrobatic layups without having to draw for foul. Jamal Moore, guys, it's just been a long day, bro. Jamal Murray holds the distinct record for scoring 50 points in a single game without a free throw. And then Kawhi Leonard is known as the two-way ethical hooper as he dominates both ends of the floor while keeping his foul numbers remarkably low. But as you guys can see, whenever we look at the ethical hoopers, or I guess the pure definition of these players and how they play, a lot of this points directly to how many foul calls they're getting. And a lot of people generally just combine ethical hoops with not getting that many calls, right? Not utilizing the free throw line to therefore get more points and therefore win the game, right? Not needing it, right? Just scoring the ball without having to utilize. Term originated as a slightly playful or mocking phrase, but then it's turned into something that basically discredits teams and players. I mean, we see non ethical hoopers basically get a smack in the face and discredited time and time again. There's people that say that SGA does not deserve two of his MVPs just purely because they think he's not a non ethical hooper. And I'll just say this before I make any claims, SGA, for one, deserves his MVPs. I mean, the dude is one of the best in the league, right? Whether you think he's ethical or not, he has a way of scoring the basketball that we haven't seen in years. But before we go on a little tangent about Shea Gilgeous Alexander, you guys, or I already know, and people are gonna say glaze, the blah 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 blah. So let's just get into what people think is generally not ethical hoopers, and then I'll get into what I personally think of all this discourse, and yeah, we'll go from there. So when looking at the non-ethical side, it's generally used as like hoops grifters. It's a popular basketball community phrase. It's used for players who rely on foul baiting, excessive flopping, and manipulating the referees to score rather than using traditional skills. These players are often labeled as free throw merchants by frustrated fans and peers. So at the end of the day, guys, pure ethical hoops is literally if you don't get foul calls. And that is just so problematic because at the end of the day, getting foul calls is a part of the game, right? If you drive to the hoop, you will get more foul calls. There is a reason why Giannis Antetokounmpo averages so many free throws. It's because the dude can't fucking shoot. So he has to rely on getting into the paint. As he gets to the paint, he draws more contact and he gets to the free throw line. At the end of the day, free throws are a part of the game and they have been since the dawn birth of basketball, right? So looking onto the non-ethical side, there's players such as obviously the infamous Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who's often targeted by fans and sometimes even rival stars, which is something new. I want to get into the people that are hating on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander actually in the NBA. But we're gonna get into that later for his often high free throw rates on drives to the basket. There's players such as Jalen Brunson, who's criticized by experts for his signature move of flinging his body into defense. By the way, this guy, Jalen Brunson, only had, I think, 5 free throws tonight, game two, and they still went ahead and win. So obviously, this dude, Jalen Brunson, is just talented at basketball. He does not need free throws. But, anyways, I digress. Then we got players such as Joel Embiid and James Harden and Luka Doncic, right? All these players are basically known for being floppers, free throw merchants, and foul baiters. Not so much Joel Embiid, but Joel Embiid is a flopper. I guess people say that he is. I mean, he flares his body to the ground, right? And I think that this discussion, honestly, right, it just needs to end where it stands. Guys, this non-ethical ethical hoopers like debate or whatnot, it's just absolutely baloney and is only created to discredit NBA players. It is only here to discredit certain talented basketball players that have mastered the art of getting to the free throw line and basically saying that these guys wouldn't be good without the free throw line. I mean, look at Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Do you genuinely believe that that dude would be a role player if he didn't get to the free? Is that a genuine thought? Right? And I know that this isn't everybody, but there are people on this planet Earth walking that genuinely think that Shea Gilgeous-Alexander would not be the greatest basketball player standing right now if the dude couldn't get to the free throw line. Right? You can have your debates. I'm not gonna say that Shea is undoubtedly the best player in the league right now, but he is top five at least, right? And there is a reason why the dude has two MVPs, a finals MVP, and almost got into the finals again at only 26, going on 27. The dude is talented. And I think that this whole discourse was just made to discredit current players and then make them seem less talented than they actually are, right? And I think that it's just completely gone out of hand. I mean, this dude, Jalen Brunson, he literally got his team to the finals along with Cad, Josh Hart, everybody else, OG, and all that. But the dude Brunson is 6'1" and is able to score on 7'5" Wembanyama, right? That Spurs team that is all 6'5" plus except De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Hart. I mean, the dude is talented, and we still have people discrediting Jalen Brunson when the dude is a pure scorer, scores good from the three, and also drives to the basket and draws contact just because the dude has a couple of clips that has him flaring his body into other players. At the end of the day, this is a ref issue, not a player issue. And I'm sick and tired of people using narratives to then blame NBA players and make them seem less or less talented than other players, I guess, just solely for the fact that they're able to draw contact and get to the free throw line. If this was such a fucking issue, then people wouldn't watch an NBA, but people watch it anyways, right? And at the end of the day, dude, I think that honestly, all this discourse is from people that genuinely don't watch the NBA. If you think that non ethical hoopers are making the game boring or distasteful or just aren't up to par to what you think basketball should be played at, then go watch the EuroLeague. But personally, I think that hoops as of now is way more entertaining than it has been for a very long time. I mean, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder doing their best Detroit Pistons impression, playing bully ball, and then being able to get to their spot. Shai Alexander isn't relying on the 3-point shot, but relying on tough middies. Like we got Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers who have been playing a style of basketball that we haven't seen in a long time when they were healthy. You got the San Antonio Spurs with their young core playing like Manu Ginobili, like Tim Duncan. Like the NBA has not been as exciting as it is now. We got the New York Knicks finally bringing it home for Madison Square Garden. Hoops is back, but people cannot stop with these dumbass narratives about unethical hoops and ethical hoops and discrediting NBA players. But that's my personal thoughts on ethical hoopers and non-ethical hoopers, guys. Let me know what you guys think on how to finalize this video. And I'm going to be making a video on this on my main channel. Check out GG Glock, where I do more gaming content. I used to stream, but I want to get back into that channel because I haven't been active on it. But basically, I asked ChatGPT to make me an ethical hoopers team versus a non-ethical hoopers team. And I'm going to list these guys. Because you know what I'm saying, they gave me a 1 through 5 for each team, ethical hoopers versus unethical hoopers, and I'm going to let y'all know who I personally think would win in a 7 game series. So let's start with the ethical hoopers that ChatGPT gave me. So he started it off with Stephen Curry at PG, Devin Booker at shooting guard, Kevin Durant at small forward, Jason Tatum at power forward, and Nikola Jokic at center. And it's just so hilarious that there's this narrative that Nikola Jokic, for whatever reason, is an ethical hooper just because the dude is an offensive machine. The dude flops more than anybody. But I don't understand what the I think the main problem with the ethical hoops versus non-ethical hoops, it's that it's just so two-faced, right? There's a lot of players that people say is ethical hoopers, but they do the exact same thing as players that they say are non-ethical hoopers instead of just enjoying the entertainment right in front of you. People just cannot enjoy basketball without having a stupid narrative. But anyways, then we get into the unethical side. We got Trae Young at point guard. We have Shea Gilgis at shooting guard. We got Luka Doncic at small forward. And notice that a lot of these unethical hoopers are guards. We got Giannis at power forward, and we got Joel Embiid. And he says, or she or they, whatever ChatGPT's gender is, I'm not too sure, but they're saying that these players are unethical because they draw a ton of fouls, they live constantly at the free throw line, they're hunting for favorable matchups, they use size and strength advantages relentlessly, and they force defense into impossible situations. I just want to know, what do you guys think basketball is? Right? What do you genuinely think basketball is? These literally just gave me a list of how to win basketball games using favorable matchups, using their size and strength advantages relentlessly. Like that is just so fucking stupid. And it's funny that he says that, but then has Trae Young as the big PG at for the unethical hoops. It's just so offsided. But honestly, here this is kind of rough because in a 7 game series, who do I have here? I think I'm gonna go with ethical hoopers, not because you know what I'm saying they're paying me, but I mean Stephen Curry, Devin Booker, KD, Jason Tatum, and Nikola Jokic is one hell of a fucking team, right? He didn't do the unethical hoopers any justice. Maybe if Joel Embiid is healthy, and I don't know Shea, because I just don't see how Trae Young really fits into any of this. And then Luka Doncic is just not a good fit to go against KD. There's not really anybody that can guard Jason Tatum because I guess Joel Embiid is gonna be trying to guard Nikola Jokic, and then we got Giannis on Jason Tatum. Luka Doncic is one of the worst defenders in the league, so I don't see him guarding Kevin Durant. And then Shea is really the only person that has a good matchup here against Devin Booker. Trae Young can't defend Stephen Curry. Yeah, no, I got the ethical hoopers here, but it's more or less because they gave these guys, I mean, a fucking cheat code. There's no way we really think out here that Nikola Jokic is an ethical hooper, but Shea Gilgis isn't. But anyways, that's where I'm gonna end the video here. Just a fun little debate, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe and like, and put down in the comments below if you guys are tired of this fucking narrative of unethical hoops and ethical hoops, and just want to watch some damn basketball. Because personally, bro, me as Twin Beams, bro, I'm just here to watch a good hoops game. I can't wait for next season for the Oklahoma City Thunder to come back. So I'm gonna catch you guys later, and make sure you guys check my other videos. It's GGLOCK on YouTube. It has 900 subscribers. You should be able to find it. So you shouldn't have too much trouble. I mean, my face is plastered on most of the thumbnails, and I'm gonna catch you guys in that other channel. Peace. Love you guys.